What's up, fellow RV renters? Tony RVitia of the RVitia RV Rentals, coming to you first day of 2020. Wanted to see if I can impart anything I've learned over the last 2 years renting out the RVs, see if I can help you in any ways. One of the biggest things that I don't like about renting out the RVs is having to handle the customer calls, because it seems like there's always something wrong with the RVs. Like, maybe it's just mine, I don't know. But there's always something, and then yes, always expect like the world. And so it's just, I find it very tedious and annoying, and it's not so bad. And I mean, the worst part is I don't really know a lot about it because I've never really used them. So my primary reason for getting in the RVs was to rent them out, because I do the vacation condo rentals, and I just thought it's a great niche. And I would like to take the kids, you know, across the country one day and you know, see everywhere in the RV and whatnot. But in the biggest interim is the making money and generating revenue by renting it out. Because I think on the big one, I'd have to check the numbers, but we did over like $50,000 on the big one. And then the little one, the little Class C, it's like a little mini Winnie, and you probably see it back there. It's I think we did like over 20 something thousand on that one in its first year. And that was like, just, you know, we're just getting our feet wet, just learning how to do it, learning the processes. We're still trying to figure out the exact best pricing strategy. But I mean, I didn't feel too bad, you know, 50 something thousand on the big one. Of course, we have a lot of things in Vegas that help out, like Burning Man and EDC, and a lot of those big ones, you know, they make a big chunk. So hopefully in whatever area you're in, they have some sort of special events and things you could charge a small fortune for. I met one guy, he just does the Burning Man one, and he has like 20 RVs, and that's what he does. But anyways, I want to do this video in case you're starting to rent it out. One of the things you're going to get is phone calls from people, because I'm on the outdoorsy Facebook community, and I see people on there every day, like several people saying, oh, the renters just called. And I saw one yesterday, and the guy's like, the truck won't start and the battery's dead or something. And then the lady drove out to help them like an hour away or whatever. And the guy's like, the RV won't start and nothing's happening and all this. And then it turns out they didn't have it in park when they were trying to start the vehicle. So these are the types of things you're gonna get from renters, from newbies. I mean, I'd probably be the same way, because I never used it either. That's why the first thing I do is when I first started doing it, I made a video. I hired a guy off, oh shoot, well, whatever, Craigslist, or there's that new website where, oh shoot, I can't think of it now. Well, just find somebody on Craigslist or whatever that you can hire to do like a videographer or something, or else record it yourself and then find somebody on Fiverr, Fiverr.com. I basically run my whole business off Fiverr. I love that website. You can get anything done for super cheap, from graphics designs to email sequences to follow up to people to sales follow up, to you know, anything you could possibly need for your business. Somebody keeping track of the numbers, QuickBooks professionals, and most of them are overseas, so you can get them for way cheaper than you could do and hire somebody over here. So I've gotten a lot of good people on Fiverr. I've done probably over 100 transactions on there, and 99% of the time you find good people on there that do a great job. So you could film it yourself or hire a videographer. I think I paid the first guy like $400 or $500, but he went with me, and I had him film the walkthrough process when I picked up the RV. I had him film the whole thing. So the people, when they pick up the RV, got the same video, the same training that I got when I bought the thing. So I had them film that. And then I also went online and I found a video of how to drive an RV on YouTube. And then so I send the guests that as well. So I send them a full video on how to use everything in there. The nice part about doing the videographer though is he put chapters at the front, or if you get a video editor, and that way it'll say like, you know, okay, the dump parts at this minute, or, you know, the whatever, the learning how to drive is at, you know, minute 2 or whatever. So at the front it has like an index or whatever you call it, so the people know where to go in the video. So if they don't have to bother you so much, because I always tell them, well, look, for the first part, and I even made a page now that they have to go through these steps before they contact us. And one of the first steps is to go to the video and to go to the part where they need help at, and see if they can solve it there. And then what else? So the video, and then also we give them obviously the instruction manual in there, and then the video on how to drive it. So I try to give them as much detailed information as possible. I try to have my guys who drop it off. You know, that's been kind of tough, trying to find an RV fleet manager who's good and trustworthy and, you know, does a good job and not trying to, you know, scam you out of money or try, so just, that's what, and that's going to be another video I'm going to do, is trying to find the right RV fleet manager. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to piece it out. So I'm going to have like a handyman who just fixes the inside. I'm going to have an RV mechanic who just does the mechanic part. And I'm going to have one guy who just drops it off and handles the phone calls, who's like good with people. So I'm going to outsource each little thing. The cleaning lady is different. I have an oil change guy who does all the oil changes and air filter changes and generator filters. And then I have one guy who's fairly reasonable who will fix everything on the inside. And then I got a handyman who's cheap. Well, a hell of a lot cheaper than an RV mechanic that you pay $150, $180 an hour to. So most things in the RV you could fix or have a regular handyman fix instead of trying to pay an RV mechanic like I did the first year and spend thousands and thousands of dollars that I probably didn't need to at all. But just got more money than brains, so but yeah, I would definitely fire a handyman. And then I'm trying to find some property management companies that I could use too, because I'm going to buy 3 or 4 more here in the next few months when the busy season picks up. So that way I could have somebody professional. Only thing is you have to pay them 10%, and then you got, on top of the RV share and all that. So there's a lot of factors to consider, but right now I'm piecemealing it with the different types of people. So, but the biggest thing I found out for handling the phone calls, this is the greatest thing ever. So I use this service called Wheelbase. It's through Outdoorsy. Now I think you do need to have 2 or 3 more, 2 more RVs, or 3, I think it was they have. And it's it's actually a software that I use kind of with my other business. It's a central software that I have a central software with my other business that pushes to Airbnb and HomeAway and Booking.com and all those. And there's one called Wheelbase for RVs, but right now it only pushes to Outdoorsy because actually Outdoorsy owns it. Something like that. In the Outdoorsy, they use Outdoorsy has their own roadside assistance company, CoachNet. And the CoachNet has 24 hours a day roadside assistance and mechanics that people can call. And then like RVshare has the 24-hour roadside assistance, but they don't help with anything else. Like if anything happens, they don't do anything, and they just come out and give you a flat tire repair or jump the battery or whatever. So so they don't really do anything if you have questions. So I came up with a strategy. So I added $8 a night to my RVshare listings for 24-hour roadside assistance. And then what I do is through Wheelbase is I just put in a 0 quote. I make a same reservation for the same dates in the Wheelbase, but then I put everything at 0, and then I buy a policy through CoachNet. And CoachNet doesn't care; they just want their money for the days or whatever. So, so that way, I buy a CoachNet policy. It's like $15 a day or whatever. But the headaches and the just the peace of mind that I have, because when I put in those people's paperwork, is if you need any kind of any kind of technical help or something on the RV is not working, call these guys. It's 24 hours a day. They're full mechanics, licensed RV mechanics that you can talk to anytime. And it's been awesome so far since I've done it in the last couple months. I mean, I haven't had that many reservations, but it's helped out tremendously. I haven't gotten near the phone calls. You still get some little phone calls, but then I always refer them to, hey, well, if it's something like that, you can call the mechanic, unless you want to handle that yourself, and it's something easy that but from what I've seen, most people, they want their handheld. They want you to be able to answer them, whether it's 11 o'clock at night, or one guy called me 5 in the morning. And he called us 5 times at 5 in the morning. I mean, I happened to wake up at 5 in the morning, and I didn't know who it was. And he called the business line. He called my cell phone. He called the other line. He called the other line, call. And then it turns out that he's like, well, what do I do? I need roadside assistance because one of the keys broke. And I was like, what do you mean when the keys broke? And then he's like, in the outside things, the bins that you lock it. And then so I told him, okay, call the place or whatever, and then they'll come help you. And then he calls and he's all upset, and he's like upset the whole day, all this and that, because he had to pay. Because what happened is he actually broke the key off in the locks outside, and the roadside assistance didn't cover that. But he was being so difficult, and he was just being a pain about everything. He said, oh, the floors were dirty. And I was like, well, how would you mop the floors before you and your whole crew got in there? And there was like 8 guys in there, and you know, people try to do everything they can to get a discount. So I also just set up another document in there that says you do not get any refunds for anything, and unless the machine is completely inoperable and it's of no fault of yours, will we cover the cost of those days. Other than that, I have this thing called advertisingboost.com, and there's certificates you can get out for like 3 nights, 4 days, or 5 nights, 6-day vacations, and it just costs you a low time fee, like $400 or $500 a year, and then you can give out as many as you want, and then you can also give out like $100 to $300 in restaurant vouchers. To like all the type, like that entertainment book. So that's been a great resource. So if something messes up, because 99.5% of the time it's going to be their fault, something they've done. From what I've seen in 2 years, the only things that have ever went wrong were the fault of the renter not listening or not doing what we told them, or just, you know, doing something stupid. I mean, most people are pretty good, but I mean, in the summer we got so many calls, and then this has been such a relief off my back, is to have that trick, because RVitia is where you get most of your rentals, at least in my experience, from what I've seen. And I see it on the Facebook outdoorsy thing all the time, that the people are like, well, why am I getting all my rentals from the other website, and I'm only getting 1 or 2 requests from you guys? So if you're like me and you're getting a lot of your rentals off RVitia or whatever, use that trick, because that CoachNet roadside assistance is way better, because they have the 24-hour roadside assistance that can help them with anything. So that's been the biggest difficulty I found in renting these things out, is handling the calls from the renters when things go wrong. Maybe hopefully you're way better than me and you actually know how to work those things properly, or you're mechanical. I'm the worst Mexican ever. I can't fix anything. Hung a towel bar. My wife always jokes that like 6 times I tried to hang a towel bar and it kept falling down. And yeah, so I'm not very handy, but if you're handy, go ahead and do it. Yeah, that's my tip of the day: how to get out of those calls at 5 in the morning or 11 o'clock at night. Unless you have a good RV fleet manager who's going to handle all that stuff for you, I would still buy the policy, because I make them pay the extra $8, so I'm only paying $8 a night. So if it's a 7-night rental, I'm paying $56 total, to have the peace of mind that anything that goes wrong, they can just call somebody 24 hours a day and they can help them out even better than I can, or tell them what's wrong. So that's my tip of the day. Put in the comments if you have any questions or anything. I can help in any way. And if you're in the Las Vegas area, or you want to bring your RV to the Las Vegas area, we are going to be consigning some vehicles. So I think I have like 4 more spots left. I'm building a new lot about a mile from the Las Vegas McCarran Airport, and we'll be taking on a few consignments. Most of them I think I'm just going to buy myself, but I'll take on a few if you're easy to deal with and you know, really need money so bad that you're going to be calling me every day. But we can work out a deal. Go to our website, RVitia.com. Please hit the like button or subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's any other topics you want me to go over or things that I have learned. All right, God bless. Happy New Year. Welcome to